So, hello everyone. Ngayon ang pag-aaralan natin ay sources ng magnetic field. Okay, before, tinitignan lang natin kung ano yung behavior ng magnetic field due to a charge and due to a wire. Okay, pero hindi natin inalam kung saan galing itong mga magnetic fields ito. It turns out na if you have a moving charge, that charge generates a magnetic field. Okay, and how does it happen? So we have here in this image a moving charge. So yung moving charge is depicted by yung positive Q na nandiyan sa gitna ng figure. Okay? Okay, tapos yung charge na yan is moving along the direction that that is pointed by yung velocity vector na V, yung kulay green na arrow. Okay, so ano ngayon yung pinoproduce niyang magnetic field? Yung magnetic field na napoproduce nung charge na yan is given by this equation. Okay, B is equal to mu naught over 4 pi times Q V cross R over R squared. Na kung saan yung V ay yung yung velocity ng charge. Yung R dyan ay yung location ng magnetic field kung saan mo gustong alamin yung magnetic field with respect dun sa location ng charge. Yun yung R na vector. And of course, yung R na magnitude, yan yung nakalagay dun sa R squared sa denominator. Yan din yung same na distance na R. Yung mu naught, alam natin ay constant. And then, of course, nandiyan yung value ng 4 pi. And then yung charge na Q. Okay, so alam natin, malalaman natin ngayon yung magnitude ng magnetic field base sa equation na ito. Oops. Ngayon, yung mu naught na yan has a value equal to 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere, or numerically it has 1.256, okay, 63706 times 10 to the minus 6 Newton per second squared per Coulomb squared, or 1.2563706 times 10 to the minus 6 Weber per ampere meter. Okay. Dito makikita natin yung unit conversion, no? From Newton second squared per Coulomb squared, equal lang siya sa 1. Newton per ampere squared, equal siya sa 1. Weber per ampere meter, and equal siya sa 1 Tesla meter per ampere. Okay, and if you recall, yung value ng E naught ay equal sa 8.854 times 10 to the minus 12 Coulomb squared per Newton meter squared. And if we take a look at yung product ng epsilon naught, mu naught, take the square root of that, tapos kunin mo yung reciprocal, yung value na yan will be equal to 2.998. Okay, times 10 to the 8, and then yung units babagsak sa meter squared. So makikita niyo yung units ay in terms of velocity, and this is actually the speed of light. Now, anong ibig sabihin ito? Itong mu naught na ito is a constant that we associate with magnetic field. Itong epsilon na ito is a constant that we associate with magnetic field. And by multiplying these constants associated with the electric field and magnetic field, you can take the square root and including your reciprocal, we end up with the velocity which is equal to the velocity of light. Which means na merong relationship between the speed of light and how magnetic field and electric field interacts with each other. Okay? So anyway, prelude lang yan dun sa mapapag-aralan natin later after ng third exam. Okay, so going back, yung magnetic field is given by this equation. Okay, so of course yung magnitude niyan is mu naught over 4 pi q v r sine phi, where sine is the angle between r and v, and then everything divided by r squared. Now, what is the direction? Paano natin malalaman yung direction? So yung direction can easily be figured out by using the right hand. Kung titignan nyo dun sa figure, okay, ang gagawin nyo is ituturo nyo yung thumb sa direction ng velocity. Tapos kung paano nagka-curl yung fingers ninyo, ganun din yung ikot ng magnetic field. Okay, so if you consider, for example, at point P, okay, paano ngayon, ano ngayon ang direction ng magnetic field? So kung susundin niyo yung pag-curl ng fingers niyo at point P, yung direction ng magnetic field points that way. At this point, kung susundin niyo ulit yung pag-curl ng fingers, ang direction ng magnetic field ay paganyan. Okay, so nag-change yung direction ng magnetic field, tawag dito, with respect to yung location ng charge. Okay, so let's consider this example. Okay, so if we have two protons moving parallel to the x-axis in opposite directions, okay, as shown in the figure, at the same speed v, okay, and itong speed na to is assumed to be small compared to the speed of light. At the instant shown, find the electric and magnetic forces on the upper proton and compare their magnitude. Okay, so first, hanapin natin yung electric field. We know na yung expression for the electric field is given by electric force, sorry. It's given by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught q squared over r. Ito yung magnitude niya. Okay, then, so yan yung para sa electric field, no? Ipasok natin yan. Hindi naman given yung Q at R, pero ibig sabihin, isosolve natin to in equation form. Okay, then yung magnetic field naman, or yung magnetic force naman, okay, is given by, okay, so yung magnetic force, if you recall, if this is a single charge, okay, yung Q is equal to V, B, and then yung angle between them, sine phi. Okay, ulitin ko. QVB sine phi. Okay. Okay, so ang hindi natin alam dito is yung B. Paano natin kukunin yung magnetic field vector dito? Okay, so siguro mas madali pag inilagay natin to in terms of vector kasi nakaano naman siya. So QV cross B. Okay, so yung magnetic field is given by mu over 4 pi. Okay, and then QV cross B. Sorry. QV cross R all over R squared. Okay. So, ano ang asa ng V dito at saka nasa ang R? Okay, so, ang V, Okay, so ang sinasabi dito is we'll take a look at electric and magnetic forces on the upper proton and compare their magnitudes. Okay, so dyan sa proton na yan ang tinitignan natin. Okay, so ano ang nararamdaman niyang magnetic force dahil dito? Okay, so kung yung proton na ito ay nagmo-move in this direction, okay, ibig sabihin, relative to this charge, itong proton na to ay nagmo-move in the opposite direction or negative V. Sorry, in that direction, so V. Okay. So, pag sinulat natin to mu naught over 4 pi Q, okay, hindi, sorry. Uh, Magnetic field ito na produced by the lower proton. Ngayon, yung lower proton na yan, nagmo-move in this direction. So, yung velocity niya is in terms of V, yung magnitude, and then unit vector na I hat kasi nagmo-move siya towards sa positive x-axis. Ngayon yung R, okay, I along the y-axis kasi it points from the charge to the location kung saan nyo gusto malaman yung magnetic field. Ano bang magnetic field dito? Okay, so that will be cross, let me just correct myself. Hindi ito R, kundi R hat. Okay, so that's a unit vector. So itong dito is R hat. Okay, it's a unit vector. So, anong direction yung R hat na yan? Nakaturo yan from this point to that point here. So, ibig sabihin, it's along the positive y-axis. So, ang unit vector na is J hat divided by R squared. Ngayon, ano ba yung I cross J? J. So, I cross J is K hat. So, ibig sabihin, yung B na ito is mu naught over 4 pi QV over R squared and then unit vector na K hat. Okay, now ano naman yung FB? Okay, ano yung magnetic force? Okay, ano yung magnetic force na nararamdaman ng upper na charge? Okay, by the way, ang direction ng magnetic field is K, unit vector na K. So, kung ito yung z-axis, ito yung ngayon yung unit vector na. Diyan nakaturo yung unit vector na K hat. Okay, so FB is equal to QV cross B. Now, itong charge na yan ay nag-move towards a negative x-axis. So it will have a magnitude of V, pero yung unit vector niya ay negative I hat. Okay, and then cross that with B, which is given by mu naught over 4 pi and then QV over R squared tapos K hat. So we have I cross K. I cross K pa ganyan. Pero may negative ka dyan. So ibig sabihin, J, positive J hat yan. FB is equal to, ngayon, so mu naught over 4 pi Q squared tapos V squared over R squared tapos J. Okay. Now, ang tinatanong dito is find the electric and magnetic forces on the upper proton and compare their magnitudes. So, nakuha na natin yung kanilang electric force. Ang electric force, by the way, points from, tawag dito, since positive charge to, suburahin natin yan ng konti kasi medyo ang dami na ng sulat. Oops. Hindi na siya masulat. Pero that was a positive charge, if you recall. So, ibig sabihin, nagpo-point away from yung electric field niya. Okay, so in that direction. Okay, so if we compare these two, so we simply divide, for example, FB over FE. We have mu naught over 4 pi Q squared V squared over R squared, magnitude lang. And then Q squared over 4 pi epsilon naught R squared. So this will give us mu naught V squared over 1 over epsilon naught. Okay, or epsilon naught mu naught V squared. Pero alam natin kanina na ang C is square root ng mu naught epsilon naught. So C squared is equal to 1 over epsilon naught mu naught. So this will be V squared over C squared. And since sinabi natin na V is small compared to the speed of light, etong ratio ng FB over FE is very, very much small. Okay, so maliit lang yung value ng V niyan in relation sa speed of light. Okay. Now this is for a point charge. Paano kung linear na yung charge? Or sorry, paano kung wire? Okay, katulad nito. Now obviously we cannot solve for tawag dito yung buong wire. So what we are going to do is just to solve for a section of the wire or magnetic field as a result of that section of the wire. So, kung titignan niyo yung figure, it's very much the same kumpara dun sa tinitignan natin kanina na charge. Pero dito, yung maliit na section ng wire na yan ay parang punong-puno ng charge. And we represent that set of charges as current. So, in this case, yung magnetic field, since infinitesimal na ano yan, na section ng wire, kukunin din natin yung infinitesimal na magnetic field. So this will be mu naught over 4 pi and then I dl cross r hat over r squared. Okay, so if you recall, medyo pareho lang yan din sa magnetic field, di ba? Kasi yung for charge, yung F is equal to Q, V cross B, and then pag wire, it's I, L cross B. Okay, so medyo similar lang siya dun sa dalawa na ito. Dalawang equations na ito. So this is for a single charge and this is for a wire. Okay, now how do we get the direction of the magnetic field? Again, we use the right-hand rule at ipo-point natin yung arrow i-point natin yung thumb in the direction of the current. Tapos i-curl lang natin yung fingers and kung paano mag-curl yung fingers, ganun din yung ikot ng magnetic field. So we can rewrite this as B is equal to mu naught over 4 pi integral ng I dl cross r hat over r squared. Okay, so yan naman yung equation for a wire. Okay, so let's consider this next example. So a copper wire carries a steady 125 ampere current to an electroplating tank. Okay, find the magnetic field due to a 1.0 centimeter segment of this wire at a point 1.2 meters away from it. If the point is a point P1, as shown in the figure, straight out to the side of the segment, and point P2 in the XY plane on a line at 30 degrees with respect to the segment. Okay, so base dito sa equation na ito, so let's consider muna at point 1, so letter A. So letter A at point P1, okay, ano ngayon yung ating magnetic field dito? So B is equal to mu naught over 4 pi. Okay, integral ng I dl cross r hat over r squared. Okay, so equal to sa mu naught over 4 pi. Okay, ano ba ang dl dito? So ang dl is the distance, ang dl is yung direction ng current at yung length ng infinitesimal na ano na yun, length ng wire. So ang length niya is 1 centimeter. Okay, and ang unit vector niya, since the current is going towards the negative x-axis, ang unit vector niya is tawag dito, negative I hat. So we just write for now yung magnitude na dl and then yung unit vector na I hat. And then cross r hat. Ang r hat points from the point dun sa infinitesimal na ano na yan, na line, na section ng wire, to point P1. Okay, so since it is along the direction of the y-axis, so cross j hat yung ilalagay natin dyan. Everything divided by r squared. So ang I cross j, ai, k hat. So, and then yung integral ng dl is just the, let's say yung kung gaano kahaba yung infinitesimal wire na yun. So that would mean this is just negative mu naught over 4 pi. And then kung gaano kahaba yung wire over r squared tapos k hat. So if you plug in yung values, negative 10 times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. Okay, wala na yung 4 pi kasi ang mu naught is 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7. So magka-cancel yun. Okay, and then yung DL na 1 centimeter. So 0. Ay, nakalimutan ko yung current. 0.01 meter. And then yung current na current dito ay 125 amperes divided by kung gaano siya kalayo, 1.2 meters squared. So from here to point P1. And this will give us, and then yung unit vector, of course, na k hat. So this will give us negative 8.7 times 10 to the minus 8 Tesla. And then k hat. Now for letter B, medyo may angle yung P2 with respect to the X and Y axis. Okay, so yung magbabago dito ay yung R hat. Okay, so yung B ngayon will be equal to mu naught over 4 pi. Tapos DL, negative I hat pa rin yan, cross. Okay, anong R hat natin dito ngayon? So R hat points in that direction. And it has two components, yung Y component and then yung X component. If this is the angle 30 degrees, ibig sabihin, ito yung opposite, ito yung adjacent. So that means yung opposite ay yung sine. Okay, so sine 30 is opposite over adjacent. So yun yung y component. Okay, and then yung x component ay yung cosine. Okay, and since it points towards the negative x-axis, yung x component ay negative. Okay, so negative cosine ng 30 degrees. Yan yung unit vector para sa I hat, para sa x component. And then sine ng 30 degrees. Okay, and then saan siya nakaturo? Nakaturo siya along the y-axis, so j hat, okay, all over r squared. Now, yung first na multiplication, I cross I will give us 0. Then yung second, I cross j will give us negative I hat cross j hat will give us negative k hat. So B is equal to mu naught over 4 pi. And then yung current, which is, sige, may ako na isulat yung mga numerical values. So we have I dl sine 30 degrees over r squared and then negative k hat. Then plugging in yung values na yun, we get 10 times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere, then 0.01, 125 amperes times sine 30 degrees all over 1.2 meters squared, okay, negative k hat. So yung B is equal to negative 4.3 times 10 to the minus 8 Tesla k hat. Okay. That's for letter A, and this is for letter B. Okay. If you have any questions, okay, ang gawin nyo is write down nyo lang yung questions niyo. Okay, if you want, you can take a screenshot and point out dito dun sa screenshot kung ano yung part na hindi malinaw para sa inyo. And then isend nyo sa akin through email. Okay. Okay. Now, ang i-consider natin is paano kung meron tayong wire, let's say ang haba is from negative A to positive A. Ano ang net effect niya dito sa point P? Okay, so, to get the net effect, ang gagawin natin is kukunin natin yung integral. Okay? So, of course, meron tayong infinitesimal na section, pero ang gagawin natin is ikakat natin ito to infinitesimal na sections. And then, bawat infinitesimal section na yan, titignan natin yung contribution dito. Tapos, i-add natin lahat ng contribution na yan. Okay? And that's nothing but yung integration. Okay, so what we'll end up with is, so our starting equation natin is ito, or sorry, ito, B is equal to mu naught over 4 pi. Okay. So B is equal to mu naught over 4 pi integral ng I dl cross r hat over r squared. Okay, so in this case, ang r natin, okay, ay pwede nating express in terms of x, okay, which is yung distance from the origin to point P, and y, which is yung distance from the infinitesimal charge, or infinitesimal section of the wire to the origin. So yung r ngayon is this distance from itong location ng infinitesimal na section of wire to point P. Okay, and mathematically, that's nothing but r is equal to square root ng x squared plus y squared. Okay, so yung DL natin ngayon, okay, ito yung DL, which is yung section wire. So that's along the y axis. So that's pareho lang yan sa dy. Tapos yung direction ng current is pataas. Okay, so positive y axis yung kanyang direction. Okay, so anong pangyayari sa atin dito ngayon? Okay, so we can write this as B equals sa mu naught I, okay, pwede natin siyang ilabas sa integral and then 4 pi. Okay, integral ng, okay, dl. Ano ang dl? Ang dl ay dy. Okay, tapos, and then since hindi naman perpendicular ang dl at saka ang r sa isa't isa, so meron kang dl, r, may sine phi ka pa dyan. Ano ba ang sine phi? Ito yung angle na phi because it's the angle between the current and r. Okay. Tapos, ano ngayon yung angle na sine phi? So, it's the same as the angle, it's the same as the sine of pi minus phi. Okay. So, makikita natin na ang sine phi ay pareho lang sa sine pi minus phi by using yung trigonometric identity. Okay, so all we need to do is to solve for sine pi minus phi. Okay, and sine pi minus phi is opposite, which is this x, okay, divided by the hypotenuse, which is yung r. Okay, so anong mangyayari dito ngayon? So, yung dl is dy, so meron tayong x dy dyan, divided by um, r. Okay, okay, divided by r squared. Okay, pero ang r squared is x squared plus y squared. Ngayon, yung sine phi is x over um, r, which is x squared plus y squared raised to the 1/2. So this will give us mu naught over 4 pi, I over 4 pi, integral ng x dy, x squared plus y squared raised to the 3/2. Okay? And yung integral na to is evaluated from negative a to a, from negative a to positive a. Okay? So, iwan ko na sa inyo kung paano integrate yan. So, what we'll end up with is mu naught I over 4 pi, and then 2a over x square root ng x squared plus a squared. Okay, so ito ngayon ang magnetic field at this point due to this whole section of the wire. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin is um, itong A na ito, okay, ay i-extend natin, palalaki natin. Kasi ganun naman talaga ang wire, di ba? Pahabain natin ang pahabain yung wire na yun. Which means na we're going to let A be very much greater than X. Or we let A approach infinity. Okay, so if we do that, okay, anong mangyayari dito? So we have mu naught over 4 pi and then 2 over x over a. Masyado yatang malayo yung paglagay ko dun sa ano. So we have 2 over x over a. Tapos, ang gagawin ko is i-factor out ko din yung a dito sa square root. So that will be just, sorry, yung a squared sa square root. So we'll have a paglabas. And then x squared over a squared plus 1. So itong a na to magka-cancel. We'll end up with mu naught I over 4 pi tapos 2 over um, x. Okay, and then yung a, since it approaches infinity, ito, okay, magiging 0 yung term na yan. So, matitira is square root ng 1. So, ang mangyayari dito, we just end up with 2 over x or mu naught I over 2 pi x. Okay, na kung saan yung x ay yung distance from yung wire hanggang dun sa point P. Okay, so in general, yung magnetic field near a long, straight current carrying wire, okay, will be given by mu naught I over 2 pi r. Okay, so yung r na ito is yung distance na x. Kung gaano siya kalayo from the wire. Ano yung direction ito? So again, ang direction will be given by the right-hand rule. So ang gagawin nyo lang is ipo-point nyo yung thumb nyo dun sa direction ng current and then ika-curl yung fingers nyo. So kung paano naka-curl yung fingers, ganun din yung direction ng magnetic field. Okay. So let's consider this example. A long straight conductor carries 1 ampere of current. Okay, what is the distance? At what distance from the x-axis of the conductor does the resulting magnetic field have a magnitude of B equals 0.5 times 10 to the minus 4 Tesla? About that of the Earth's magnetic field in Pittsburgh. So medyo straightforward itong problem na ito since given naman um, yung magnetic field, yes, yung magnetic field, all we need to solve for is yung gaano kalayo yung point na yon na kung saan yung magnetic field has that value, 0.5 times 10 to the minus 4. So we know na mu naught is 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. Yung current dito is 1 ampere divided by 2 pi times yung magnetic field, which is 0.5 times 10 to the minus 4 Tesla. So yung R na ito is 4 times 10 to the minus 3 meters or 4 millimeters or 0.4 centimeters. Okay, so kung meron kang mahabang wire, okay, just a distance of 0.4 meters will give you yung magnetic field equal to that of the magnetic field ng Earth. Okay. Next problem. So if you have two wires, anong mangyayari sa kanila? Okay, so figure 28.7a is an end-on view of two long straight parallel wires perpendicular to the XY plane, each carrying a current I but in opposite directions. Okay, so yun yung wire 1 at saka yung wire 2. So nirepresent na lang sila gamit yung tuldok na yan at saka yung X. So pag tuldok, ibig sabihin going out of the paper at pag X, ibig sabihin going into the paper. Okay, and again, yung magnetic field makukuha nyo by pointing yung thumb ninyo dun sa direction ng wire, direction ng current, and makikita nyo na yung magnetic field ay paganyan in this case. Tapos, i-point nyo rin yung thumb nyo sa wire 2 into the paper and makikita nyo na yung direction ng magnetic field ay paganyan. So, sa wire 1, ang direction ng magnetic field ay counterclockwise at sa wire 2, ang direction ng magnetic field ay clockwise. Okay. So, tinatanong dito is find B at points P1, P2, and P3. So at point P1, yung B, at point, so letter A ito, no? At point P1, yung B ay may dalawang contributions from wire 1 tsaka sa wire 2. Yung contribution niya sa wire 1 is, okay, so wire 1 is B equal to mu naught I over 2 pi R. Yan yung ating equation or R1. Ano yung R1 in this case? So kung ito ay 3D, tapos ito ay D, so yun ay 2D. So 2D yung distance. Okay, anong direction ng magnetic field? Dahil sa wire 1. Sabi natin ang direction ng magnetic field sa wire 1 ay counterclockwise. So at point P1, pababa yung direction niya, which is negative J hat. Now, dahil sa B2, or that's a wire 2, okay, yung wire 2 is a distance, okay, equal to, so negative J hat, okay, equal to, gaano kalayo yung, so meron kang D plus 3D, so 4D. So mu naught I over 2 pi times 4D. And then ang direction ng magnetic field. Sabi natin dahil sa wire 2, ang direction ng magnetic field ay clockwise. So ibig sabihin at point P1 is upward. So plus J hat. So plus J hat. So yung total na magnetic field at point P1 ay equal ngayon sa sa B1 plus B2 or equal sa 1/2 mu naught I 4 pi, sorry, 2 pi d, okay, and then negative yan, okay, plus mu naught I over 2 pi d and then 1/4. So, lahat yan ay j. So, yung b ay equal sa, so ano bang negative 1/2 plus 1/4? So, that's negative 1/4, diba? So, negative 1 over 4 mu naught I over 2 pi d and then j. So, yan yung magnetic field at tawag dito, at that point. At point P1. So, equal to sa mu naught I over 8 pi d negative j. Okay, so at point P2. Okay, at point P2, yung point P2 nandito. Okay. So, anong magnetic field at that point? Okay, so, dahil sa wire 1, okay, yan ay a distance d. So, mu naught I over 2 pi d. Ang direction dahil sa wire 1 ay upward, so positive j hat. Yung B2 naman ay mu naught I over 2 pi d at yung direction dahil sa wire 2 is also j hat. So, yung total na magnetic field is B1 plus B2, okay, which will be equal to mu naught I over pi d and then j hat. So, mag-a-add lang yung magnitudes ng dalawang magnetic fields. So, daragdag lang ako ng isang slide. Okay, so next. Okay, so at point C, so at point, ano yun? P3. Okay, at point P3, ano yung total na magnetic field? So dahil sa wire 1, okay, ang wire 1 ay counterclockwise na direction. So, ang direction ng magnetic field at point P3 is upward. Okay, so B1 ay equal sa mu naught I over 2 pi. Tapos gano'n siya kalayo? It's D plus 2D, 2D. So 3D. And then positive J hat. Yung B2 naman ay equal sa mu naught I over 2 pi. And then gano'n siya kalayo? From the wire 2, so it's D. So 2 pi D. At anong direction magnetic field? So pababa. Okay, it's going downwards, so negative J. Okay, so yung total na magnetic field at P3 is B1 plus B2. Okay, so you have positive 1/3 mu naught I over 2 pi D plus mu naught I over 2 pi D. Okay, so this shouldn't be plus, but instead minus. Okay, and then J. So this gives us B is equal to 1/3 minus, tawag dito, 1. So that's negative 2/3. 1/3 minus 1 is negative 2/3. So may 2 ka dyan, cancel yung 2. So you end up with mu naught I over 3 pi D and then negative J. Okay, so yun yung magnetic field at point P3. Okay, so find an expression for B at any point on the x-axis to the right of wire. So anywhere, okay, dito sa region na ito. to the right of wire 3, wire 2, so anywhere dito sa region na yan. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yan? So, we define some position X, di ba? Diyan sa ano na yan, sa point na yan. Okay, so ano ang magnetic field, okay, dahil sa wire 1. Ang magnetic field dahil sa wire 1 is so let's say na position X. Okay, yung position X is defined with respect to the origin. So any value from the origin is X. So ibig sabihin yung wire 1 is located at the distance X plus D at yung wire 2 is located at distance X minus D. Okay, so yung B1 ngayon dito is given by mu naught I over 2 pi and then yung distance, okay, X plus D. Ngayon, anong direction ng magnetic field? Okay, so to the right, ang direction ng magnetic field dahil sa wire 1 ay paakyat. Okay, so positive J hat. And then, yung B2 naman is mu naught I over 2 pi. And then sabi nga natin, X is defined from the origin. So that's, and this is D. So that will be X minus D. Okay. And then yung direction ng magnetic field dahil sa wire 2 ay pababa. So that's negative J hat. So yung total na magnetic field ngayon is B1 plus B2 equal to sa negative um, mu naught I D over pi x squared minus d squared j j hat. Figure out nyo naman kung paano nakuha siguro to, no? Kasi if you add these two, so mu naught I over 2 pi, kaya yung common term sa kanilang dalawa, tapos 1 over x plus d minus 1 over x minus d. So mu naught I over 2 pi x minus d minus x plus d all over x squared minus d squared mu naught I over 2 pi. So, cancel yung x. Meron kang negative d. So, negative 2d. Okay, so, negative 2d over x squared minus d squared. That's yung unit vector, of course, j hat dyan. So, b is equal to mu naught I over, so magka-cancel na yung 2. So we have pi and then yun na nga, d over x squared minus d squared tapos yung unit vector na j, which is just yung nakasulat dyan. Okay, so yan yung para sa example na yan. Okay. Next. So what if we have two parallel wires? Okay, so ano ang forces na nararamdaman ng mga wires na yan sa isa't isa? So, i-analyze natin yun ngayon step by step. Okay, so in this example, yung dalawang wires have the same direction as of current. Okay, kanina, dito sa example na ito, yung dalawang wires opposite yung directions nila. Pero dito ang kinoconsider natin is yung net magnetic field. Pero not yung magnetic forces. Okay? So dito, tignan natin ngayon kung ano yung mga magiging magnetic force. Now, recall na yung magnetic force is I, L cross B. Okay, so yan. Keep in mind na yan yung equation na gagamitin natin dyan. Okay, so let's consider muna yung effect ng lower wire dun sa upper wire. Okay, so ano ang force na naramdaman ng upper wire? Anong force na naramdaman ng upper wire dahil sa lower wire? So yung lower wire ay nag-exhibit ng magnetic field na ganitong direction. Okay, so ibig sabihin at this point, ganyan yung direction ng magnetic field. Okay, so yung direction ng current sa upper wire ay pa ganyan. So if we follow this equation, IL cross B, so yung magnetic force ay pababa. So hinihila nung lower wire yung upper wire pababa towards it. Okay. Now, yung upper wire naman ay nag-exert din ng force dun sa lower wire. Okay, so yung upper wire, ang direction ng kanyang magnetic field ay paganyan. So, pagdating dito, yung direction ng magnetic field ay paganyan. Yung current ay paganyan. So, if we follow this equation, so I cross B, then yung magnetic force ay paakyat. So they're actually, itong dalawang wires na to actually ina-attract yung isa't isa. How do we determine yung kanilang tawag dito, yung kanilang direction? Okay, so, sorry, yung magnitude. So we already know na from this equation, yung F ay equal sa I, tapos yung length ng wire, sabi dito, yung length ng wire is L, and then B. Yung sine ng angle between L and B is 90 degrees. Nakita naman natin dito sa figure na 90 degrees yung angle nila. So, hindi natin nalagay yung sine ng 90 dyan. So, L, B yung ilalagay natin. Now, we know na yung magnetic field dahil sa wire is equal to mu naught I over 2 pi R. Okay? So, itong force na ito ay dahil sa force exerted on the upper wire. So I prime yan dapat. So yung force ngayon natin dito is I prime L tapos mu naught I over 2 pi R. Or pag sinulit lang natin mas maayos, so mu naught over 2 pi R I prime and then L. Okay, so yan yung magnitude ng force na naramdaman ng wires na yan sa isa't isa. So if we consider yung force per unit length, this will give us mu naught over I over time, mu naught I prime over 2 pi, 2 pi R. Okay. Minsan mas magandang i-describe yung force in terms of force per unit length kasi hindi naman natin talaga alam kung gaano kahaba yung wire. Okay. So mas magandang expression in terms of force per unit length. Okay, so let's consider for example yung wire na nagdadala ng tig 1 ampere na 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 current. Okay. So yung magnetic force dito ay equal sa force per unit length ay equal sa mu naught I prime over 2 pi R. Okay, so let's say na 1 meter yung layo nila sa isa't isa. Okay, so we have 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla per Tesla meter ampere. And then 1 ampere divided by 2 pi times 1 meter. So yung force per unit length is then 2 pi equal to 2 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Newton per meter, or 2 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla ampere. Okay, so kung titignan natin dito, so medyo maliit lang yung force. So if you have a 1 meter wire, then you have a force of 2 times 10 to the minus 7 newtons. Okay, so ganun lang kaliit yung forces between these two wires. And considering na 1 meter yung layo nila sa isa't isa, then that's really very small. And even if decrease the distance by 10, so mag-increase lang yung magnitude dito by one order of magnitude, diba? So magiging 2 times 10 to the minus 7 newtons. So maliit lang talaga yung effect. Of course, if this is 1 ampere na current need to travel through each of the wires. Okay. Okay, so ngayon consider natin itong direct example na ito. So we have two straight parallel superconducting wires, 4.5 millimeters apart, carrying equal currents of 15,000 amperes in opposite directions. What force per unit length does each wire exert on each other. Okay, ano bang significance nitong superconducting wires? Pag superconducting wires, ibig sabihin walang resistance. Okay, yun lang yung kailangan yung tandaan. So, superconducting wires means zero resistance. Okay, just in case makita niyo ulit sila in the future. Now, notice na yung direction ng currents ay opposite sa isa't isa. So, anong magiging effect nito sa sa tawag dito sa force? Okay. So, if this current is traveling towards the left, tapos itong current sa baba is traveling toward the right, ano magiging effect nito? So, tingnan natin dun sa effect dun ng lower current sa taas na wire. So, again, yung magnetic field, okay, ika-curl, ituturo nyo lang yung thumb sa direction ng current. So, this means na pagdating dito, it's pointing out of the paper, yung magnetic field. And then yung current pa ganyan, so yung ibig sabihin yung force ay pa ganyan. Okay. Now, anong effect nung upper wire dun sa lower wire? So, since pa ganyan yung current, okay, ang pag ginamit niyo yung right hand ninyo, it means na it's also pointing outward. Okay, pag ganyan yung direction of current, so I cross B. So, ibig sabihin, nakaturo siya pababa. So, pag nagkaiba sila ng direction, ang ginagawa nila ay nire-repel nila yung isa't isa. Okay, so, we have that for the direction. Now, what about yung force per unit length? Sabi natin, it's I prime, L, okay, mu naught over 2 pi r. Okay, so mu naught is 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. Okay, over 2 pi. Okay, tapos yung current ay 15,000 ampere. And then square lang natin yan. Yung length dito, okay, force per unit length to, so hindi natin kailangan i-consider yan. Pero yung R is 0.0045 meters. So yung force per unit length, makakompute natin is 1 times 10 to the 4 Newton per meter. So for a 1 meter wire, then you have 10 kilo Newton na force. Okay. But that will only happen pag yung current na pinag-uusapan dito ay sobrang laki, like 15,000 amperes. Okay. So again, if you have questions, ang gawin nyo lang is to write down your questions, take a screenshot of yung particular na slide kung meron kayong, na kung saan meron kayong tanong. Tapos, point out kung ano yung tanong ninyo on the slide. Okay, and then send nyo sa akin sa email yung tanong ninyo. Okay, so dito sa mga examples na nakita ninyo, ang kino-consider natin so far ay straight wires, right? Okay, so what about paano kung curve na yung wires? Ano na ang gagawin natin dito? So let's consider this curved wire. Okay, so tulad nung ginawa natin dito sa example na ito, okay, dyan, dito ito straight wire. Okay, ang ginawa natin dito is in-integrate natin. Okay, ang gagawin naman natin dito is, again, kukuha tayo ng infinitesimal na section, titignan natin yung effect niya at point P. Tapos, essentially, hatiin natin yung coil na yan into infinitesimal sections. Tapos, kunin natin yung net effect dun sa point B. Okay, pero in this case, meron ng dalawang components yung magnetic field along the X tsaka along the Y. Okay, so it's slightly complicated. So sulat muna natin yung magnetic field expression for the magnetic field dito. So this will be equal to mu naught I over 4 pi. Okay, and then yung DL, di ba? Remember IDL. And then yung distance is from here to this point, that's x squared Diba? X squared plus A squared. So X squared plus A squared. Okay. Now, ano yung components ng magnetic field na yan? So you have a component along the y-axis and then a component along the x-axis. Yung component along the x-axis, kung ito yung angle na theta, okay, at ito yung magnetic field, okay, bakit ganyan yung magnetic field? Okay, kasi kung titignan nyo, again, paikot yan na ganyan, okay, using the right hand rule. So pag pinaikot nyo at point P, ganyan yung magiging direction ng DB. Okay. So it has two components along the y-axis tsaka along the x-axis. Ito yung angle na theta. So, yung dbx ngayon is db times, since yan ang angle na theta, then you have cosine theta. And yung dby ay equal sa db times sine theta. Now, if this is theta, kung theta ito, ibig sabihin yan din yung theta, right? Kasi ito 90 minus theta, this is theta, and then that means that is theta. Okay, so, ano ngayon ang cosine theta? So, base dito sa figure na ito, ang cosine theta is adjacent, which is A, over hypotenuse, which is x squared plus A squared raised to the 1/2. Okay, and then yung sine theta, okay, base dito sa figure, ay equal sa opposite, which is x over x squared plus A squared raised to the 1/2, which is yung distance from this point to this point. Okay, so yung dbx ngayon ay equal sa mu naught I over 4 pi dl over x squared plus A squared times A, and then 1 over x squared plus A squared raised to the 1/2. Okay. So this will give us bx equals mu naught I A, lahat naman yan ay constants, diba? I A over 4 pi. Ngayon yung x, of course, doesn't change. Yung A doesn't change. So, pwede natin siyang ilabas sa integral and we are left with integral ng DL. Pero ano bang DL? Ang DL is the infinitesimal section dito, di ba? Yung pag in-integrate natin yan, that's nothing but yung circumference ng circle. So this is just equal to 2 pi A. So Bx is equal to mu naught I, okay, 2 pi A. Okay, so A squared over, and then magka-cancel yung 2 pi with 4 pi. So we have 2 times x squared plus A squared raised to the 3/2. So yan yung x component. Okay. What about the y component? So the y component, okay, is by equals sa so db is mu naught I over 4 pi, and then x over x squared plus A squared raised to the 3/2. So yan yung sine theta. And then, okay, so AX, and then integral ng DL. Okay, so let me just check it. Okay, so if you look at the figure, so yung infinitesimal section na ito ng wire gives this dby. And then this infinitesimal section will give this dby. Okay, so for every section dito sa taas, there's a corresponding section dito sa baba that will cancel out yung dB1. So actually, this integral will be equal to 0, okay, because of symmetry. And we are left with yung x-axis lang. Okay, so for a for a for a for a coil, yung magnetic field is given by this expression. And kung titignan niyo, yung magnetic field is nothing but is perpendicular dun sa plane nung coil. And kung titignan nyo rin, mapapansin nyo na yung direction ng current is tawag dito, counterclockwise. Okay? And pag kinurl nyo yung fingers nyo, yung right fingers nyo, tapos tignan nyo kung saan yung direction ng thumb, it points actually towards the direction of the magnetic field. So now we know both yung magnitude and direction, yung direction being obtained from the from your right hand using the right hand rule. Okay. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi nung figure na ito. Just curl your fingers along the direction of the current, okay, and your thumb will point in the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so next example, magnetic field of a coil. Okay, in this example, we have a coil consisting of 100 circular loops with radius 0.60 meters carrying a 5.0 ampere na current. So letter A, find the magnetic field at a point along the x-axis, along the axis of the coil, 0.8 meters from the center. And then letter B, along the x-axis, at what distance from the center of the coil is the magnitude 1/8 as great as it is at the center. So anong difference dito? Ang difference dito is now we have 100 circular loops. So anong mababago dito sa equation? Basically, ang mababago lang dyan is you're going to multiply yung contribution ng bawat loop na yan sa isa't isa. Or add yung contributions na yan ng bawat loop sa isa't isa. So basically, you're going to multiply this expression by n, which is yung number of loops. So yung magnetic field natin ngayon is given by mu naught, okay, n I a squared, and then 2 x squared plus a squared raised to the raised to the 3 halves. Okay, so nadagdagan na ng n dun sa expression. Okay, so yung magnetic field, so sa letter A, yung magnetic field then is given by mu naught, which is 4 pi times 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere, okay, times 100 turns, 100 loops, times yung current na 5 amperes, okay, times yung area, which is, yung radius is 0.6 meters. So this will give us circular loop. So ang radius niya is 4 pi and the a squared lang may expression, 0.60 meters squared. So everything divided by 2 times ano yung x. So x is 0.8 meters from the center. So squared plus 0.6 yung radius. So 0.60 meters squared raised to the 3 halves. So yung B ngayon is 1.1 times 10 to the minus 4 Tesla. So letter B, along the x-axis, at what distance from the center of the coil is the magnitude 1/8 as great at its center. Okay, so anong sinasabi nito? So sa letter B, okay, so we know na at some distance x, yung magnitude ng magnetic field is just 1/8 compared to when it is at the origin. So yung magnetic field at some distance x is given by mu naught n I a squared over 2 x squared plus a squared. okay, raised to the 3/2, and yung magnetic field at the origin, so this is when x equals 0, is mu naught nia squared over 2a squared raised to the 3/2. Okay, so in other words, parang ganito. So 1 over x squared plus a squared raised to the 3/2 equals okay, 1/8. So, sige, para mas klaro. Okay, so bx is equal to 1/8 at b sub x equals 0. Okay, so since pareho lang naman itong terms na ito, mu naught ni a squared tsaka 2, so pwede ko nang i-cancel yan, di ba? So x squared plus a squared raised to the 3/2 ay equals to 1/8 ng 1 over essentially 0 squared plus a squared raised to the 3/2. Okay, so now all we need to do is to solve for x. And if we do that, we end up with x equals plus or minus square root of 3 or equal to plus or minus 1.04 meters. So at that distance, okay, the magnetic field will already be 1/8 of the magnetic field when it is at the origin, compared to when the point in question is at the origin. Okay, next example. Okay. So actually, bago itong example na ito, I have to introduce to you something. So keep, and dapat maglagay tayo dito. No? Yeah. Okay, so anong introduce ko sa inyo dito? So, makita natin na hindi na with these expressions, hindi natin straightforward na makukuha yung magnetic field if we know, for example, yung current through the wire. Ang point ko dito is when we were studying electric fields, okay, meron tayong ganito expression, E dot dA is equal to Q over epsilon naught. So, if we know yung charge, okay, enclosed, then pwede natin makuha yung electric field. Diba? Gumagamit tayo ng Gaussian surface at titignan lang natin, bibilangin natin kung gaano karaming charges enclosed inside the Gaussian surface to determine yung electric field. We don't have this kind of expression in terms of the integral ng dA para sa magnetic field. Kasi for the magnetic field, ang B dot dA ay equal to 0. Kasi this tells us na there's no magnetic monopole. In other words, walang nag-exist na positive na magnetic na south pole lang or na magnetic south pole or magnetic north pole on its own. Hindi katulad ng pag sa electric field, pwede mag-exist yung positive charge at saka yung negative charge on its own. So, we need to have an equation, okay, that sort of has this kind of ability, okay, na if we have this surface, okay, it will allow us to determine yung magnetic field. Okay, so yung expression for that, okay, ay tinatawag na Ampere's law. And basically, ang Ampere's law is just given by B dot dl. Okay, magnetic field dotted to some line integral. Okay, now, in line integrals, naglalagay tayo ng bilog dito sa symbol for the integral to tell us na ito ay line integral. We're integrating over a line and not over an area. Ampere's law tells us na yung line integral ng B tsaka ng DL ay equal sa mu naught I. Okay, and now this expression will allow us to determine yung magnetic field, okay, base sa isang tawag dito, isang hindi surface kundi line, okay, okay, na kung saan pag in-enclose natin ang isang area o isang wire or charge within that closed line, makukuha natin yung magnetic field. Okay, so dito we talk about Gaussian surfaces, but dito we talk about a line that encloses a system, a wire, for example, or a charge. And for us to do that, tawag dito, um, we consider a closed loop. So para lang clear, yung I na yan is kung ano yung ini-enclose na current, okay, nung line na yun. Okay? So that's Ampere's law. Okay, so consider ngayon natin ang isang example. Okay, so dito sa example na ito, we have um okay, so we have a field, or we have a long straight current carrying conductor. So in section 28.6, we derive Ampere's law from 28.9 for the field B of a long straight current carrying conductor. Reverse this process and use Ampere's law to find B for this situation. Okay, so ang sinasabi dito is if we have this straight wire and this straight wire carries a current, ang gagawin natin is pipili tayo ng line, okay, that encloses itong ano na yan. Okay, so yan yung pipiliin nating line. Okay, and then that line na yan has a distance, let's say R, okay, from the wire. Okay, and yung line na yan is also circular and symmetric, okay, about the wire. And we want that to be symmetric kasi ganito yung mangyayari. So, yung line integral na B dot dl, okay, ay equal sa mu naught I enclosed. Okay, ito yung pinili natin na line. Okay, now, within this line, we want it to be symmetric kasi gusto natin na yung magnetic field ay constant. And again, if this is constant, pwede natin siyang ilabas sa integral and we are left with the integral of dl. Okay, so mu naught I enclosed. Pero ano ba itong integral ng dl? It's nothing but yung circumference ng line na yan. So, ang circumference is 2 pi r. So, mu naught I enclosed. Okay, so B is equal to mu naught I. Kung ang ini-enclose ng wire na yan is current I, then that's I enclosed is just I. So, magnetic field is mu naught I over 2 pi r. Okay, and that's the expression that we get, diba? Or we got, okay, for this problem. So, yeah. Okay, so yan yung ginamit natin na expression before. Ito. Okay, so very easily, quite easily, we use Ampere's law, okay, to determine yung magnetic field. So kanina, dito sa example na ito, na nakikita ninyo, nag-ano talaga tayo, nag-integrate tayo, pero there's actually an easier way to do that as long as we choose a symmetric na line, okay, that covers yung system na kino-consider natin. Okay. And then, ngayon, i-consider natin itong next example. So, para sa example na ito, we have sorry. We have a we have a long cylindrical conductor. Okay, so, yung conductor na ito ay merong current na dumadaan. So, a cylindrical conductor with radius R carries a current. The current is uniformly distributed over the cross-sectional area of the conductor. So find the magnetic field as a function of the distance r from the conductor axis for points both inside r less than capital R, okay, and outside r greater than r greater than R. So outside r, so for r greater than R, Okay, so madali na lang yan makukuha kasi it's just a wire and then kukuha ka lang ng line, di ba, outside the wire. Okay, so we have integral b dot dl equals sa mu naught I na enclosed. Okay, so anong enclosed dito? Since in-enclose niya yung buong wire, so yung current dyan is yung buong current. And since pinili natin line is such that symmetric yung B, constant yung B, so that's the integral of dl. And that will just give us, okay, kung gaano ka layo man yan, let's say R. So B is equal to, or B times 2 pi R is equal to mu naught I, or B is equal to mu naught I over 2 pi R. Okay, so yan yung makukuha natin pag nasa labas. Ano makukuha natin pag nasa loob? Okay, so to do this, kailangan muna natin mag-define ng tinatawag na current density. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng current density? So like any densities, it's just a current divided by area. Okay, ano bang area through the wire? So ang total area ng wire is pi r squared. So this is the total current divided by yung total cross-sectional area. So yan yung total na current density. Now, itong gray area na to, okay, is enclosed by this uh, blue line. Okay, so yun yung pinili natin na line integral. At yan yung line na constant yung magnetic field. Okay, so if we use B dot dl is equal to mu I enclosed, okay, and since constant yung B, pwede natin ilabas yan and matitira is integral ng dl equals to mu I enclosed. Ang kailangan natin alamin first of all is ano yung integral ng dl. So if yung line na yan is R, yung radius, so that's B times 2 pi, 2 pi R, yung circumference ng line. Ngayon, anong ini-enclose nung current? Okay, so ang ini-enclose niya is yung total na current density multiplied by kung ano man yung um, tawag dito, area nung shaded area niya. Okay, shaded region na yun. Okay. Pero alam natin na ang J is I over pi capital R squared. So, and then multiply by R squared, pi R squared. So we have I, small r squared divided by capital R squared. So this will be mu naught I R squared over capital R squared. Oops. Okay, so ang magnetic field ngayon is mu naught over 2 pi R I R capital R squared, small r squared over capital R squared, or mu naught I over 2 pi R, small r over capital R squared. Okay. So, so inside the wire, we have this expression, and outside we have this expression. Okay, and that's how we use itong Ampere's law. Okay, so that's it for this lesson for today. Medyo maikli yung oras pero kasi hindi tayo face-to-face at alam natin pag face-to-face na nagtatanong kayo and we allot a little bit more time pagdating sa explanations. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, write down your questions, take a screenshot of the images, and then i-point out nyo kung saan magulo sa inyo. Okay, and then I'll try to answer that when you send your questions via email. Okay, so sa next meeting, ang gagawin natin ay magsusod ng exercises ng kaunti, and then we'll move on to the last chapter of covering the third exam. Okay.